Hello, and welcome to the first of two videos on orthography workshops. The kind of workshop in this video will find all the different vowels, consonants, and tones which need to be represented in the orthography. The other type of workshop is covered in video 18.
These videos will not fully equip you to run a workshop, but they will give you an idea of how these workshops actually work.
One question to start with: why should we think about a workshop with several local speakers?
There are a couple of reasons. First, it's good to involve the community. People are more likely to accept an orthography that they helped develop. They often get quite interested and can spread the excitement to others. Second, local speakers know how their language sounds and can often tell the difference between vowels, consonants, and tones that an outsider has trouble hearing. They are also able to ignore small phonetic details that an outsider hears but are not important to write. And in this type of workshop, you will cover all the sounds of the language that need to be written, not just some of them. This is especially helpful for languages with complicated sound systems.
Okay, what do we need to do before the workshop starts?
Getting the right people is important. This workshop can be for one language or for several languages. For each language, you need an outside linguist, several native speakers who are fluent in the language and know the language of the outside linguist, and at least one speaker who is literate, who can write down the words. The linguist directing the workshop should have enough knowledge and experience to be able to direct it. The linguist should explain to participants what they are doing at every stage and why. You will be collecting about 1,000 words in each language, so you need to have that many small slips of paper to write the words. This seems like a lot of words, but it is necessary to catch all the contrasts.
So now we are ready to start. What happens first? How do you collect 1,000 words?
You may have done part of this already. If you already have data in the Flex program, you can use words from the semantic domains there. Or if you have already done a rapid word collection workshop, you can use those words. Or, if you have not done these, you can collect a lot of words in the workshop itself, like this. Tell me all the names of all the birds you know, of all the plants you know, of tools you use, relatives, things in the sky, and lots of others. For each word, the native speakers write it on a small piece of paper however they can. Don't worry about spelling right now, but also write the meaning or translation in the national language.
Why the national language?
Often, your first try at writing words in the local language will give several words that you spelled the same, but they really are different words. These may have sounds the speaker does not know how to write. Let's imagine. You could have two words written T-A-T-A. One means dog, and the other means house. But dog is ta-ta, and house is ta-ta. You need to keep these separate. In a real workshop, this first step of collecting 1,000 words will probably take 2 or 3 days.
I know the next step is to sort these slips of paper. Let's start by looking at vowels. Consonants and other things will come later. Are there some words that are best to start with?
Yes, the best words to start with are nouns and verbs that are simple in structure. That means not compounds. So the word eye is good, but eyelid is not, since it is a compound word. If the language has two-syllable words with a consonant-vowel pattern, CV, these are good to start with. If you can avoid prefixes or suffixes, do so. Pull out the words with this syllable pattern, CV, then pull out words where the two vowels are the same, and you will start with these.
What if your language requires prefixes or suffixes?
Okay, let's say every noun must have a prefix key. If so, then look at the roots and choose those with a CV pattern, again with both vowels being the same.
What if your language only has one-syllable words?
If most of your words are only one syllable, then you can use words with CV and CVC patterns. We will do a demonstration now to show you how it all works in my dialect of English. Look at these pictures. Now we will write these words down. Now we have the written words, and we can start sorting these words. English spelling is really bad, so we will listen to the vowel sounds and not pay attention to the spelling. We start with the word clock and put it in the first pile of words. Does yawn have the same vowel sound? In my dialect of English, yes, it does. So we put these two words together. Now, spoon. It has a different vowel sound from clock, so we start a different pile. Hand doesn't have the same vowel sound as clock or spoon, so we put it in a different pile.
If you want to try to sort the other words yourself, stop the video now and sort the rest of these words into the right piles. When you are done, restart the video.
Now I'll finish the rest of the words. Box sounds like the clock pile. Put it with that pile. Two has the same vowel sound as spoon, so put it in that pile. Fly has a different vowel sound. Start a new pile. 10 is different. B is different. Bike goes with the fly pile. Now we check our piles to make sure we have sorted correctly. Say all the words in each pile to make sure the words in that pile have the same vowel sound. Clock, yawn, box have the same vowel. Spoon and two are the same. Fly and bike are the same. Hand and 10 and B are different. So we end up with 6 piles, 6 different vowel sounds. These are not all the vowels of English, of course. And these are my personal dialect. Other people may have some differences. It will take a lot longer with 1,000 words.
So, we ended up with 6 piles. What does this mean, and what happens next?
Let's pretend this is a new language, and that we are developing an orthography for it. We have 6 different vowel sounds. Again, these are not all the vowels of English. If we have 6 different vowel sounds, we need 6 different symbols to represent these sounds. See video number 9 on representing consonants and vowels. We know that we need 6 letters or symbols, but this exercise does not tell us which symbol we should choose for which sound.
So, how do you decide which symbols to use?
You need to discuss this as a group, or maybe a whole community. For the E sound in the word be, English uses the letters E, E. But many languages use this symbol, the letter I. You can think about what the national language does, or what other languages do, but you do not have to do the same thing they do. It is your community's choice. We have only talked about vowels here, but you can do an exercise like this to look at consonants, tones, or anything else that your language might need. Please do write up what you find about your language and what decisions you made. This will help the community and also help other researchers.
This sounds like a really helpful workshop. Besides the language-oriented things to think about, what things about people do we need to remember?
Every workshop has real people in it, and if you don't pay attention to cultural and personal things, the community may not accept the results. In your culture, are there leaders you need to invite to participate, even if they don't come? If they do come, perhaps they may just watch for a short time, but they need to know what is happening in their community. This may be more important in small language groups than in bigger ones. Also, if there are different groups in the local community, you want to invite someone from each group. We want the orthography to be for everyone in the language, not just part of it. For more ideas, review the videos number 2 and number 3 on stakeholders.
The next video, number 18, talks about a different kind of workshop to help in orthography. How do you choose between them? What are the pros and cons of the word-based workshop we have talked about here?
We should start by saying that both types of workshops are helpful. Since local speakers are helping develop the orthography, they will develop a sense of ownership of it. They will also learn things about their language they didn't know. And again, a sense of pride in their language can grow. They will see that their language has its own patterns, and so they will be more comfortable in writing it differently than the national language, if they need to. As for which kind of workshop to choose, much of the time the linguist directing the workshop will know one kind or the other better, and so will choose. Or your organization, or whoever is paying for the workshop, will be the one choosing which type. Both kinds of workshops need trained leaders who can guide the local language speakers in discovering the patterns of their own language.
In this video, we have taken a short look at one kind of orthography workshop, one that will help discover all the consonants, vowels, and tones that a language needs to consider in an orthography. This video will not fully equip you to run a workshop, but it gives an idea of how these workshops actually work. For more details, see the paper on the website listed at the end of this video. And remember, the orthography at the end of this workshop is not final. It will need to be tested and discussed in the community.